Hi, and welcome to a tutorial on Storyboarder. What I'm going to show you today is how to transfer work from one storyboard to another and retain that work from the original storyboard. Right now, it's going to take a little patience and prep work to make sure that you know where your files are stored so you can do this correctly and efficiently. But hey, this is a free program. It's a wonderful tool. I use it a lot with my scripts when I turn them into visualizations so people then can take them and turn them into actual footage on screen. So thank you, Storyboard and Wonder Unit, for this wonderful tool. With that, let's get right into what we need to do. All right, so first, main thing is you need to know where your files are stored. So we're going to start from scratch here, and I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to use an original storyboard that I've created, and I want to take that and I want to make a scene from it separate from what I've done so I can transfer that information over to kind of adjust it in another location. So what I'm going to do first is I've clicked down here and opened up Storyboarder, and I'm going to go to my scene, my whole script here, open it up, and then here we go. So here it is. This one I used a script and I imported the script, and that's why you'll see all these items over here. I'll get into those details in another tutorial, but for now, this is the storyboard I'm going to reference. I'm going to go on down here to scene 4, and I'm just going to come on down here to these 3 frames right here. All right, so now those are the 3 frames I'm going to reference. From here in Storyboarder, if you click on the shot generator, it opens up shot generator, and then you can interact with this, move things around, move your cameras around. The wonderful tool that it is. Everybody's familiar with how that works. If not, well, we'll do another tutorial and show you how that one works in just a little bit. All right, so everybody knows how it works. So I'm going to close that for right now. We want to be able to transfer all this information into a new storyboard. So how do we do that? All right, so now what I'm going to have to do first is open up a new storyboard. All right, so I'm going to do this by clicking on the link to, or the icon down here at the bottom. It opens up a storyboard. I'm going to click on any one of these that have been recent. What that does, it opens up a new rendition of Storyboard. Okay, just like this. Give it a second to load. All right, now I could pick any one of these that I have already created, but I'm just going to go from scratch. I'm going to click create a new storyboard. And I'm going to just create a blank storyboard of an ultra wide. And then it's going to ask you to save that file. So this is where it becomes important. Save this to wherever you're going to use them. So I'm going to come over here to my secondary hard drive and come down here to storyboard files. Then I'm going to give it a name. And I'm going to just call it moving work. There we go. We'll just call it that, moving work. All right. We'll create that. Give it a second to load. All right, now it has created my storyboard moving work. All right, and then I'm going to also pull up the file that it is in. All right, so here we have it. It was saved to moving work in my storyboard files. So we're going to need this later on to do a little bit of tweak for what we need to have done. So I'm going to minimize that for now. And then I'm also going to open up the file location for this storyboard right here, I Love You More. All right, so I come down, click here, and then I've already got this prepped ahead of time. And so what I'll do is I'll come here to where it's stored. I click on Storyboard, and now since this was one that was created with a script, I have every scene that is in this script here has a file for it. I'm going to scene 4, and I'm all set up in scene 4. I'll explain these in a little bit. All right, so I'm going to minimize that. All right, so now here we go. I want to take these 3 images, or these 3 frames right here, and transfer them over to here. Now, traditionally, what people think to do is they'll go up and they'll go File, and they'll do Import Image to New Board, or Replace Reference Layer. Okay, I'm going to show you what to do first, and then I'll show you why you don't do the other ones next. So let's just jump to what you should do. All right, so first I'm going to select these 3 by hitting Shift and click. All right, then I'm going to copy with File, sorry, Edit, Copy. Then I come over here, and then I'm going to Edit, Paste. And it's placed them over there. But if you notice, they look a little bit different. Okay, if you notice right now, this is the full frame. This was also the same format as the other one, but for some reason, it transferred it over and shortened it up. That's okay. Don't panic. Because I copied directly from here and pasted here, I can still go in, click on the shot generator, and then I pull it up, and then I can click Save to, sorry, I can make it larger. Then I can click Save to Board. I'll click Save to Board. Close that now. And notice that it is here. But you've probably noticed something. Where's all my background image? The only thing that's there is my character. Don't panic. That's where the files where you save them, that's the one thing that you have to do a little prep for and work for. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the two files where they're located. All right, so here is my source file. Here is my target file. So moving work is what I'm looking for right now, and all there are is the image files. Okay. Now, if I go over to my original source, I have a whole bunch of things in this scene. If I click on shot generator for this, you will see that I have an entire set in here of an entire room with several cameras. The cameras transferred over, but my set didn't. But now I'm going to fix that. Okay. So I come over to my source file, and I'm going to go into the models folder. Anytime you load in a model, it creates a folder for it, and it puts it in it. So right now, I'm going to click on, I'm going to go ahead and click on models to show you what's in there. It has a file for objects, things I've imported, all the GLB files, okay, and the FBX files. All right, so now what I can do is I can just copy all these and paste them into the objects folder over here. But now, as you saw, there is no objects folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to 2 levels to objects. Actually, I'm going to go up to the models level, and I'm just going to copy this models folder. I'm going to copy, come over here, and then I'm going to paste. And it transferred everything in that models folder over. So everything I've used or have uploaded at one point and may have deleted from the scene is in that models folder. I've now transferred it over. Now, if I had started and created something in here, let's say on this previous slide here, and I created something, it would have created the models folder for me. But since I went straight to the copy and paste, it hadn't had time to do that yet. So now that I have done that, let's go to our frame. I've now placed them in the folder for this particular storyboard. Now when I go in here to shot generator, my items are referenced and they're now there. And so now I can then click on Save to Board, and then I'm going to minimize, and now voila, they are there. Okay, so that short little trick will get all of your information over from the original. And now that I've done that once, if I come over here to the second one, notice nothing there right now in the shot generator. I click on shot generator, I pull it up. Now all those items are there because I had used them in that one particular file. Okay, and so now I can just save to board. I'll close that and I'll go to my third one, click on here. Now pay attention real quick again. I'm going to point this out. Then notice how it didn't fill the entire frame here or here. Okay, didn't fill here and it didn't fill here. All right, so I'll only take those marks out. Now when I go in here to shot generator and I update it by saving to board, it now fixes that. Okay. So that is the quick technique to transfer those over. It will save all of your information into the new storyboard. So that's the procedure you need to follow. So hopefully that's all for this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. Please hit the like and subscribe button so that I can continue to make more of these tutorials for you in the future. And I encourage you to visit Wonder Unit today and download the Storyboarder program and get involved with this whole process. It is a great tool to have. It's a lot of fun to work with, and most importantly, it's free forever. Put in the comment section your question or something you would like to see demonstrated. Until next time, get on out there and keep creating.